Hello and welcome to episode 303 of the Heart of Markness Led Zeppelin podcast. How do you do? I am Mark, and every week I bring you another live Led Zeppelin or Led Zeppelin related concert. Not an official release, recorded by amateur people, bootleggers if they're selling it, but tapers, like the Grateful Dead had tapers, that kind of thing. There's an entire subculture that has been going on for almost a century, I guess, of people who tape live performances, most of them for their own pleasure, some for trading. What I do every week is I find a different show, play some tracks from it, give you a little background, what's going on with the band, what's going on in the world, a little context to drop in, and then I play some songs. And then I say goodbye, and you can go to my website, which is heartofmarkness.com. Heart of Markness, not Heart of Barkness, sorry. A little stuffy. Heartofmarkness.com. And if you look up the show, like if you look up episode 303, Page Plant Tokyo, you will find the blog post for this show, in which you will find a link to download the entire concert. This week's concert is Jimmy Page and Robert Plant on February 12th, 1996, playing Tokyo, Japan, on their Unleaded tour. Now, once they finished the bulk of the Unleaded tour, which was mostly in 1995, they moved to Central and South America, Australia, and Japan. And once they made that move, they cut loose some of the extra people that they had in the band. Most noteworthy is Paul Thompson, the guitarist for The Cure, who was the second guitarist with the band. Really fleshed out the sound, but I think Jimmy was probably like, yeah, let's get rid of him. We're good. And Robert was probably confident in Jimmy's abilities and consistency that he was cool with it. Yay, everybody. So when they got to Japan specifically, they started playing songs that they hadn't played on the tour. Songs like you're going to hear, I'm about to play for you, T for One, which is the slow blues off of the Led Zeppelin album Presence. That is very, very, very cool and sounds amazing when played with an orchestra, which they had on this tour. If you didn't see this tour, or see the unleaded video of this tour, there's a lot of folks. They have a classical irregular orchestra, which is just picked up by musicians. They're musicians in whatever town they're playing. At this gig, it's called the All Nippon Orchestra, but it's not a full orchestra. It's musicians that are brought in, side gigs. They get the music, they run through it, no problem. They also brought an assortment of percussionists and string players from the Middle East called the Egyptian, Moroccan, and Lebanese Pharaohs. They bring a really cool sound, especially the percussion, playing that crazy... You've heard me talk about that before. So, as they hit the country of Japan, the band, ever aware of monetary outlays, realized that they had paid an arranger, Ed Shermer. I don't know if he did the arrangements, but he was the one kind of running the band. So let's say Ed Shermer created these string arrangements so that the orchestras have something to play for things like T for One and Four Sticks and all that stuff. And they had a bunch of songs arranged, and they realized that there were songs that they had paid for that they had not performed live. So, in order to make the fee for the arrangement and the trouble, going through all the trouble, they broke these out on the Japanese tour. And as you know, if you've listened to this podcast for a while, you know that when the boys are in Japan, it tends to get a little more eclectic and a little more unorthodox with the set list. This is no different. So on this night, the 12th of February, 1996, it's a fantastic recording. Absolutely fantastic recording. Full stereo. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There are videos of this entire thing recorded by Third Eye, Mr. Terry Stevenson. Great, 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 great audio, great video, and in fact, so good that the band got to know him and liked it and said, hey, give me some of that. And then they gave him a place to set up legitimately, so he didn't have to sneak shit in. He just set his things up. And this tour also did do that, some of that. I don't know if it was universal, but there were gigs on the tour where you could buy a plot in the tapers section, which is a place near the mixing desk, typically obstructed, so probably right behind the mixing desk, where you get a little like 2x2, 2-foot by 2-foot square, or 1-foot by 1-foot square, where you can set up your rig, set up your mics, etc., and tape the show. Very, very good, very, very professional, as you will hear. So let's get to it. This is a great tour, the Japanese tour with Page and Plant. Anything in 96, actually, from Page and Plant is on fire, because they had been on the road for a year. Everybody was gelled. They were a band, and Jimmy had been playing for a year, so was as fluid as fuck. T for One, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely beautiful. Let's go.
How come 24 hours? Baby, you sometimes seem to slip in the day. Oh, 24 hours. Baby, sometimes seem to slip in the day. But it seems like a lifetime. Oh, baby, I feel this way. Sitting looking at the clock. Oh, time moves so slow. I've been watching for the hands to move. Mama said I just can't take it no more. How come 24 hours? Baby, baby, sometimes you do. Slip in the day. was a man. But by my own choice I left you, mama. And I can't get back again. I come 24 hours.
Wasn't that lovely? Wasn't that beautiful? And the sound quality, unreal. I don't know if he had sound. I think he might have been patched into the soundboard. I'm trying to remember. Because this is all just knowledge that I've accumulated over decades. And so a lot of it's wrong. But I think he had access. I think they let him patch into the soundboard once the band realized what he was doing and how cool it was. Because he took video as well. Really good video. I think he used a high 8 recorder, tape recorder, not an 8mm film, which fantastic picture and fantastic sound, especially for the day. A digital sound, if I recall correctly. So good stuff. Look it up. Totally worth it. Totally wonderful. Now that was very mellow, but it is a very mellow kind of song. Very cool. And Jimmy's tone, so good. So good. I mean, the only thing one can say is that Michael Lee and Charlie Jones are not Bonzo and Jonesy, but they're not pretending to be. They're just playing the same song. Very, very lovely. Now let's get a little bit more into something that's, well, it's going to still be pretty mellow, but it does get rockin'. Rockin', in fact, is what it does. But first, let me read you the set list so you know what you're going for here. When you go to heartofmarkness.com, this is what you're going to get. That is disc 1. 1 second here. Disc 2. This is disc 1. So it starts with the introduction, and then they open with Thank You, which I never understood why they opened with that song. Well, I just did the same thing I'm about to say. I hate bands that open with a slow, mellow number. And then I realized that I opened my podcast with T for One. So, hey, glass houses. Intro into Thank You, into Custard Pie, Black Dog, Tangerine, the Hurdy-Gurdy solo with Nigel Eaton on the Hurdy-Gurdy. Always a winner. You should definitely listen to that. Holy shit. Gallows Pole, which then brings us to T for One. After which, Robert introduces the band, and then they have The Song Remains the Same, which is brilliant and wonderful. It's wonderful to hear. Shit, I almost chose that to play for you guys. Then Going to California. Moving on to Shit, Disc 2. 1 second here. Disc 2. Into Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. Whole Lotta Love. Friends. Yalla. Which is good. They added more stuff to it than what's on the unleaded disc, so it's there's a lot more to it. 4 sticks, ba da 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 da. Cashmere, which is awesome. What Is and What Should Never Be as the first encore, and then Rock and Roll as the final encore, and then you have an ending announcement saying, get the fuck out, the show's over in Japanese. All right. Go to heartofmarkness.com, get that. You heard how it sounds. It sounds great. You can own it. Own it, burn it as a CD if you're old, like me, or convert it to FLAC, put it on your iPhone, own it, rub it on your chest, whatever you want to do. I will not judge. Go get it. So let us jump into the next selection I have for you, which is Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, which, like I said, I almost chose Song Remains the Same because it was super, super badass. But Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, Jimmy. It starts off slow, it's the light and shade, and boy, oh boy, can that boy play. And then he ends at the very, very end when it's when Robert's going, back home. Jimmy plays the opening to Stairway to Heaven because they're both in A minor, and it fits. Very clever. Enjoy, friends. It is awesome.
Baby, I'm gonna leave you. See, baby, I really got to leave you. Leave you when the summertime now. Leave you when the summer comes along. Babe, oh, baby, I got to leave you. Baby, I can't leave you now. That's what it's calling me. Oh, that's what it's calling me the way it used to do. That's what it's calling me back home. Yeah, back home. Oh, back home. Yes, back home. one day, baby, 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 our love is gonna grow, yes it will. Oh yes, little girl, little girl. Oh my darling, oh my baby, oh my darling, I want you, baby. Oh my darling, oh my baby, oh my darling, I want you, baby. Baby, oh my baby, I got to leave. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Baby, 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 I got to leave. Don't you hear calling me? Don't you hear calling me? Back
Absolutely brilliant. I think my favorite performance of that song is the Bazaar Festival in, I think, August of 1998. Great show. Holy shit. I really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed it as well. I have mentioned the heartofmarkness.com webpage before, so you know about that. You can go there for all the shows that I cover. You can get almost all of them, and if I don't share it, there's usually a reason, though not always. I am trying to open a page to get my spiel done. I am on YouTube as Heart of Markness. I am on Twitter as Heart of Markness, Blue Sky Heart of Markness, Instagram Heart of Markness, Zep Podcast. Look up Heart of Markness, Led Zepp, you will find me. I'm all over the road. Now, I also have merchandise, merchofmarkness.com. You want a coffee cup, t-shirt? I was going to say teacup. Teacup, I guess. T-shirt, coffee cup, all that shit. I have merchofmarkness.com. You can get there from my website, heartofmarkness.com. And as always, this whole production is courtesy of the Titans, upon whose shoulders rests this humble yet mighty podcast. I am, of course, speaking of my patrons, patreon.com/heartofmarkness.com. If you want to contribute to the show and keep the lights on here. And a Laurel and Hardy handshake go out to Ryan, John, Gary, Keith, Tilda, Steve, George, Big Ed, Kenny of regular size, Picard, Wayne, Brad, Danielle, Tracy, Other David, Bonzo Billy, and the hero of the hour, and the person whose intercession made the release of the brand new Copenhagen synced video from 1979 possible, Mimo. Thank you, Mimo. And if you haven't seen that video that Led Zepp film put out last week, a week ago today, actually, no, almost a week ago today, Wednesday, I talked about it last week, and turns out I jumped the gun a bit. I shouldn't have said anything. I jumped the gun. I was 24 hours, I think, or 36 hours too early. No harm, no foul, but I felt like an asshole because I was very enthused. You should see that film. It is great. It's 13 minutes long. It's very steady. It captures the whole stage. And watch it in 4K if you can. Not like you're going to get amazing clarity and results of 4K, but it will bring out everything that was milked from that Super 8 footage. And it was professionally transferred, professionally restored, professionally color balanced, and all that stuff. So it looks amazing. And of course, synced by Eric, Led Zeppelin Film. Wonderful human being. And since that happened, listen, if you saw Zeppelin back in the day and you took pictures, or you snuck a cassette recorder in, or you took a shitty Super 8 camera in and made some herky-jerky films of Led Zeppelin, please, if they still exist, look for them. They have value. They have historical value now. It's more than 50 years ago. And as I mentioned, Led Zepp Film and the Dogs of Doom group, they have an entire system in place to digitize the videos, color correct them, and release them synced with bootleg audio. So you don't just watch a silent movie, you watch the show, and it's brilliant. So contact me at mark@heartofmarkness.com if you have any of that stuff. If you're like, I think I taped that, or my buddy did. Look into it and see if it's there, man. It's great historical stuff. Mark@heartofmarkness.com. I can connect you to the folks that can help you out, or do what I can to help you anyways. Or if you have anything else to talk about too, Mark@heartofmarkness.com is the way to reach me. All right. Have I read everybody? No, I haven't. Shit, I always forget page 2 of my patrons. That's good. All right, page 2 of my patrons. Apologies. And also, welcome and thank you to Marvin, Black Dragon, Keld, Mario C., Lance, and Rob from Melbourne, Australia. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate all you do with your support. You keep the lights on here, especially since I got laid off, which sucks, but, powering through it. And yeah, thank you very much, everybody. I love you. Everything that I do it for you. But let me know if there's something you want me to do, something you like, something you don't like. I handle feedback like an immature toddler. But after I have my tantrum, I tend to listen. So, thank you. Back to it. I think we covered everything. Holy shit. Let's finish up with a very, very nice performance of Whole Lotta Love, which is kind of cool because if I'm recalling correctly, they do some of the Knebworth stuff. I think they do. I don't know. I've watched that 79 Copenhagen footage so many times. That may be what's stuck in there because you get Whole Lotta Love. Oh my God, it looks so cool. Stairway to Heaven. When the tambourine bit is over, Robert throws this tambourine. It's such a cool move. He just tosses the tambourine and it skates across the floor, perfectly flat and level, right under Jonesy's keyboard. It's good shit. Watch that. Watch that. Watch that. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Led Zepp Film, for making that happen and for doing it. And I'm just humbled to have been a very, very small little part of that process. All right, Whole Lotta Love, everybody. Listen to it. And there's some other stuff, too, that they only do with this band. Enjoy.
I'm gonna hold that girl. I'm a king bee, can buzz on my blow. I'm a king bee, baby, can buzz all day long. When you buzz out here, some singing going on. I'm young lay on, buzz all night long. Oh, you lay on, buzz all night long. Well, that man's better, baby, when your man is gone. So come on, buzz a while. Turns in the night is sure as the day. Still we come, still we hide. Bring on to the other side. Bring on to the other side. Bring on to. Buzz a while. Just our treasures here, lost our treasures there. Still we come, still we hide. Bring on to the other side. Bring on to the other side. Bring on to. I've been dazed and confused so long, it's not true. I'm only one, never bargained for you. Lots of people talking, few of them know. Some of the world was created below. You heard of the view. Sweet baby, how you hypnotized? Sweet little baby, it's living the man. You talk so much when I send you. Woman, you. feel back on me. Should I do that? Should I do? Keep on fooling, baby. I keep on fooling, baby. I keep on fooling, baby.
There you have it, and I am spent. It's hard sitting in a chair listening to music. Brilliant. You had the regular Whole Lotta Love, you had the Knebworth Whole Lotta Love, and you had the new, and then cool, break on through the other side, some Dazed and Confused, and some badass, really nice, King Bee. I'm a king bee, baby. Lovely. All right, we have done it. Thank you very much for listening. I will be back next week with more for you. What else? I guess that's it. Be good to yourselves and each other, and bye-bye.